Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today I wanted to talk about a video that I've been meaning to do for the longest time, which was the Trippie Redd Iceberg. I was originally going to do this video a long time ago, but I never got around to doing it, and then Matty Ballz dropped a video and it went absolutely insane. Also, the YouTuber AmChann also had an iceberg video for Trippie Redd. However, there were a couple things on that iceberg that was left unexplained, so I wanted to explain them today. And there were also a lot of other things about Trippie Redd that were left off of the original iceberg, so I've added some new ones that have never even been explained before. So without further ado, let's get straight into the Trippie Redd Iceberg Updated Edition. So the tip of the iceberg will be dedicated to all the things that were left unexplained on the previous icebergs. To start off, we have Lil 14. While Lil 14 is a nickname that Trippie Redd uses, Lil 14 is also known as an era of Trippie Redd's music. I would say the best definition of the Lil 14 era is when he started making music all the way till about A Love Letter to You 2. All the music in that era has Trippie with a very raspy voice, a lot more high-pitched compared to how he is now. I would say when Life's a Trip released in 2018 was when the Lil 14 era was over and we went to Big 14, because his voice got a lot deeper through maturity and also smoking too. Neon Shark game. Now actually the Neon Shark game that was official was actually a Snapchat game for the song Pill Breaker featuring MGK and Black Bear. I actually played this game, it's really trash. You can actually still play it on Snapchat now, just type in Pill Breaker or under Trippie Redd's user on Snapchat, you'll be able to find the game. It's a pretty boring game, but I guess it's promo. God's Plan feature. Trippie Redd was originally going to be on the God's Plan song, and there's actually a pretty popular YouTube video where it has a Trippie Redd feature on the song, which really is just a reference track of him recording the song. That verse was never official, but it also isn't fake either. It is really him recording a reference track for God's Plan. It never officially released because the song leaked and Drake was kind of pressured to release it, and actually Trippie was never able to record his verse because he was sick during the time when Drake was about to release it. However, everything worked out in the end, and Drake and Trippie eventually worked on a song called Betrayal on Trip at Night. MSP and Nocturnal. While Matty Ballz said MSP and Nocturnal were names for the rock albums, that is actually not true. MSP and Nocturnal were actually projects that Trippie was planning on dropping before the album Exclamation Mark. Ultimately, both albums were scrapped for Exclamation Mark, and honestly, I wish we had both of these projects because Exclamation Mark is one of his weaker albums. Can You Rap Like Me is J. Cole's favorite song. There was actually a typo in Matty Ballz' video, which is why it never was explained, but Can You Rap Like Me is actually J. Cole's favorite song. The clip is actually referring to the time when Trippie was interviewed by Aiden Ross back in 2021, when Aiden Ross said that Can You Rap Like Me is his favorite song by Trippie. And then Trippie follows up by saying, yeah, J. Cole likes that song too, it's his favorite song.
You know my favorite song by you? You probably don't get this a lot. It's Can You Rap Like Me.
Oh, that's fire. I get that a lot, actually.
You do?
Everybody tries to act like that's like the one because it's that one song where I'm just rapping.
You went crazy.
So everybody be like, oh, yeah, that's my favorite. I'll be like, yeah, bro, okay.
So you've heard it a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm not original?
Nah. J. Cole actually told me that's his favorite song.
J. Cole did?
Yeah, J. Cole.
That's crazy.
Cyberboys. Now, Cyberboys was originally titled Cyberpunk in the Iceberg video, and the correct name is actually called Cyberboys. Cyberboys was a collective group by Trippie in 2015 with his friends before he blew up into the mainstream. There isn't too many references to Cyberboys now, but there are a couple old songs by Trippie that he actually refers to them. A good example is Water, which is one of his first music videos. I'll actually refer to the lyrics right here.
Water whipping in the kitchen, ayy. Cyberboys, water, ayy. Cyberboys, water, ayy.
Aborted child. Now, the aborted child was actually not explained in Matty Ballz' video, but to elaborate on it further, it is actually referring to the baby that Trippie was going to have with Coi Leray. Trippie said on IG Live that he was going to have a kid with Coi Leray, but ultimately it was a and a lot of people speculate on this being the reason why he broke up with her in the first place. I'll play the clip in question.
That's my ex I was with around you that got pregnant and got an abortion.
Now we move on to the list of things that I wish was on the original Iceberg that wasn't. So here is deeper down on the iceberg. Working with underground talent. One thing that's kept Trippie Redd relevant for so many years is him being able to stick with his roots in SoundCloud and working with all the up-and-coming artists. If you ever check Trippie's IG lives, he's always bumping underground rappers, and he's also had a lot of songs with them too. He's had songs with Can, he's had songs with Ty Fontaine, and the list just goes on. He even started his own label to have a bunch of underground rappers on it as well, most notably being K-Suave, which was a rapper I actually met. The Feet era. Now, very early this year, we experienced a very, very fun time on the Trippie Redd Instagram, which was, I would like to coin it the feet era, where he would just post his feet on Instagram. That was pretty much it. It's kind of been a running joke in the community as, Trippie and his feet. Like, people just, he kind of has a thing for feet, and I think it's kind of apparent now. If you just check his girlfriend's TikToks, it's very, very apparent now. Imani22. Imani22 is an artist that Trippie has worked with, most notably on his Love Letter to You 3 mixtape. There was also rumors that Trippie and Imani also dated each other for a little bit. Unfortunately, this year, Imani22 passed away to a car accident, and Trippie has yet to really say anything about it, but I'm sure he's still grieving behind the scenes. 6ix9ine bootleg tape. Now, one of the things you look up whenever you go on a couple album websites is you'll see a album that he made with 6ix9ine called Red 6ix9ine, and that album is actually a bootleg. It's not even real. It's just a random collection of Trippie Redd and 6ix9ine songs that never really released, and if you ever find it online, it's fake. Don't believe it's real. It never actually happened. Original album photos. A handful of Trippie's albums use his actual face in them, and there's actually a couple of them that actually have original photos on the internet. Here's the one for exclamation mark, and here's the one for A Love Letter to You 4. I just thought it was pretty cool, and no one really talks about it. Target exclusive tracks. For Trippie Redd's album Pegasus, which was 26 tracks long, he actually had 2 extra songs that were put on Target exclusive CDs for his album Pegasus. The songs are Lightning and Where You Goin'. Personally, I thought these songs were actually a lot better than a couple songs on Pegasus, and I wish it was on the original and replaced for other songs, really. Level 3. Deep Waters. Illuminati beef. So the beef with Trippie Redd and Illuminati actually started in really early 2019 when Trippie was commenting over Illuminati's girlfriend. If you remember, Illuminati used to date that girl Ash, and they had a bunch of drama and a big dramatic breakup. Trippie was commenting under her post and kind of trolling Illuminati, and Illuminati actually responded with a YouTube video. Ultimately, nothing really came of it, but it was a kind of forgotten beef of Trippie Redd. Typo on songs. There's actually a typo on one of Trippie's songs on Pegasus called Kid That Did. It actually is titled Kid That Kid on Spotify for whatever reason, and if you even go to the clean version, it's actually called Kid That Did. So I was always confused why they've never fixed this typo. After over 2 years, they've never fixed this typo. Tizo Touchdown. Tizo Touchdown is an up-and-coming artist that was actually on Tyler the Creator's album tour, which I thought was really weird and out of place, and he also had a spot on his album. But Tizo actually was working with Trippie actually before he was even on Tyler's album. One of the most notable videos of Trippie and Tizo was when they had the Montreality interview, and everyone in the comments was all going crazy for Tizo because he's such a character.
No cap in my rap, definitely was Tom Cruising that night.
I was training.
You was what? What did he say?
Training for what?
They also have a really nice freestyle that was posted on Chris Long Films. If you guys want to see it, it's really nice. I really like that Tizo's running the guitar and then Trippie's just harmonizing over it. They actually have really good chemistry, and I'm surprised they haven't worked more together. Baby What's the Holdup. Baby What's the Holdup is a 2016 snippet from Trippie Redd that actually ended up leaking. And while this song never actually released, it actually was put on the tail end of the song Deeply Scarred, which is one of my favorite Trippie songs ever. And it's just a really weird addition that he added a song that was recorded like a year before Deeply Scarred was recorded and just put it on the tail end of the song. It's very weird, and no one really talks about it. Level 4. Rock Bottom. For Rock Bottom, we have a lot of cool ones that I thought were never mentioned, and I have not seen many people talk about it. Can You Rap Like Me is a very, very old freestyle. So believe it or not, one of Trippie's best songs, Can You Rap Like Me, which was released back when he was like 17 years old, it was actually a freestyle he wrote years back in, like, I'm guessing he was in middle school when he first wrote this song. Here's him reciting the lyrics of Can You Rap Like Me when he's got to be in middle school in this video.
About to go in on the mic.
It's time to kill every rapper that had a shot at sending me. Your efforts ain't getting you anywhere in this industry. Lyrically, demonically, dominate your flow endlessly. My venomous rhymes, wine and dine on you mentally. Motivated to motivation, say I got too much chemistry.
Trippie Redd's beef with Tuzi. Now, the artist Tuzi, which was actually on the XXL list of 2021, actually had beef with Trippie for a little bit when Trippie was basically attacking Tuzi for being a so-called snitch. Ultimately, nothing really came of this beef. There were no diss tracks, unfortunately, but Trippie was posting a lot of dead rats on his Instagram at the time, and I'm not going to show that on the screen for obvious reasons because I like having my videos not age restricted. Underwater Fly Zone is about Alex. One of Trippie's best songs ever, Underwater Fly Zone, was actually recorded with Alex. On a FaceTime with Complex Ambition, Trippie actually talked about recording Underwater Fly Zone while Alex was in the room, which is why he doesn't really like the song as much anymore, because they have now broken up.
You got Gore and you got Underwater Fly Zone. Underwater Fly Zone has to be one of my favorite songs by you of all time. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know something crazy too?
what happened?
That's another fun fact about Alex. I was up when I did Underwater Flies. She was standing right in front of me, and I sung that word for word, like one take type shit, right in front of her, like just looking at her.
Neon Shark accidentally leaked. Neon Shark is the rock album that Trippie dropped in early 2021. At the last minute when the album was about to release, it actually got postponed by 2 weeks. And while every single streaming platform called off the release of the album, there was one streaming service that forgot to, which was Tidal. On Tidal, the album accidentally still released because they forgot to take it off because it needed to be postponed. And someone ended up recording the Tidal leak and ended up releasing it 2 weeks before it was ready to be dropped. And this wasn't even because of the leakers. This was just a mess up by the label. SeaWorld was supposed to be a single for Neon Shark. In late 2020, it was actually possible to Shazam the song SeaWorld, which was going to be on Neon Shark. A lot of people were theorizing that SeaWorld was going to be another single for Neon Shark, as the only single before that was Dreamer. 88 Rising music video appearance. Trippie has actually had a couple songs with 88 Rising, like Joji or Rich Brian, but actually in the music video for Midsummer Madness, you can actually see Trippie in the video playing basketball for a little bit, and no one really talks about this appearance, and I just thought this was a little cool Easter egg I saw in the music video. And the very last thing I want to talk about is Trippie Josh. Trippie Josh is actually an artist that Trippie worked with back when he wasn't even called Trippie Redd. While this isn't confirmed, Trippie Josh says that Trippie got his name from him, and ultimately Trippie used Trippie Josh to rise to stardom, as well as take his girlfriend and put her in the Love Scars music video. If this is true, that's crazy. Now, this isn't entirely confirmed, and Trippie hasn't really said anything about it, and it's really hard to find any information about Trippie Josh, but I thought this was another story that no one really seems to talk about. Yeah, I forgot to record an outro for this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you guys later.